What is up YouTube, and welcome to this black box ending explain video. This is part of the Blumhouse on Amazon Prime series, and we covered another one of this group of films called Nocturne last week. And out of all of them that I've seen, this is the best one, and it has some serious Get Out vibes. It's a film I think if it was released in the cinema would have done really well by word of mouth, just like Get Out did. We follow a man named Nolan who has lost all of his memories and can't remember his wife. This happened in a car crash where his wife had sadly died. He lives with his daughter and he goes for a job interview where his wife worked, but he's actually declined as his photography is not up to scratch and he slowly seems to be losing his mind. Now he goes to a doctor and then visits a psychiatrist about his memory problems and has been advised to be hypnotized, which he tries, and it seems that his memory pathways are just not working. And in his mind, he's in a dark room and sees some very strange things. Now, the memory problems become an issue when he forgets to pick up his daughter and is threatened by child services by the teacher who had to drop his daughter off at home. His daughter is a highlight of the movie and is a joy to watch. The young actress here is just really good in this role. Now, he goes back to the psychiatrist who says that she has an experimental memory device called the black box. It will take parts of his memories and allow him to remember what happened in the past and allow him to relive these constantly so it can rebuild these memories pathways so he builds his memory back to remember his wife. Now, going into the device, which seemed like a VR type of thing, he sees a room which is different to his current house and then remembers what we think is his wedding, but he cannot see people's faces. They start to become blurry like they're the ghosts in Bly Manor. I've got a video on Bly Manor you can check out on my channel. Now at the wedding, he starts to become attacked by a contorted man with a blurry face. Now he goes deeper into his memories after this and sees a faceless woman who appears to be crying and then sees a faceless man fall down the stairs. This woman is definitely not his wife, and over the course of the movie he starts to have multiple different therapies with this doctor and go into the device, the black box. Now, after the first treatment, he goes to see his brother who is also a doctor as we see a hole in the wall and it hints towards who this person really is. He goes with his daughter to a sushi restaurant, however, this isn't Nolan's memory. We actually learn that this is someone else in his brain. We learn that this is someone called Thomas, who the therapist actually replaced the memories with when Nolan was in hospital due to the crash. Now he goes to see his therapist again and goes into the memories, but he finds out that he may have brain damage, and in his memories he's holding a broken hanger and can hear a baby crying along with a mysterious woman as the crooked man comes to choke him. Now after this session he goes to his brother and asks if he ever hit his wife, which he didn't, and then goes to a university and an apartment as the flashes of the blurry man come into his daily life. Now he actually goes into the apartment and sees a woman we will later learn is the partner of Thomas, the real person inside Nolan's body who got completely got out, if that's a term there. And we then see himself as Thomas falling down the stairs, and that's how he died. Now his brother then looks into his case and learns that he had suspected brain damage, and the doctors he spoke to said that that was it. Nolan wouldn't have survived this, and no one really seemed to try, except the same therapist that Nolan has been seeing all this time. He was taken to a therapy room, and then it turns out that he walked out fine. He was just recovered, except he just has some memories. However, when we see Nolan go into the therapy this time, he sees a sushi shop that he went to with his daughter. However, he is there with the therapist, and it turns out that he is her son. Thomas fell down the stairs and died, but she had a backup of his brain and put it into Nolan's body when he was in hospital for the crash. Now, she did this so he has a second chance at life, despite being abusive to his wife. He decides to go to his actual wife, the one he saw in the visions and visited earlier, but she's removed all traces of him, and he becomes aggressive as she asks him to leave, and it seems he hasn't changed at all. It turns out that he was actually very abusive, and she attacks him to get him out, and he becomes knocked out. He wakes up at Nolan's home, after rejecting the daughter, and Thomas runs back to the therapist, who says that he needs to kill the creepy, contorted entity in his memories, and this will allow Thomas's memories to fully take over Nolan's body. And Nolan was actually brain dead at the time when he was brought to her. He goes into the mind and fights when it turns out that the contorted person is the last remnant of Nolan's memories. And Thomas actually stabs him and defeats him in this mind fortress. However, Thomas remembers that he died after his wife pushed him off of the stairs. Thomas then recalls that he was attacking his daughter and his wife only killed him in self-defense. He realizes that he's the bad guy and stops killing Nolan, or at least Nolan's memories, as Nolan's daughter and brother arrive while this is going on to stop the therapist. Now Thomas goes into the dark and Nolan's memories return later on, and he can live his life again and is reunited with his daughter and brother, and I presume remembers his wife because there was never any memory problems for Nolan, and every memory he had was all part of Thomas's brain. Now we then see the disgraced therapist Dr. Keaton fired from the hospital, but she has a backup plan as she still has Thomas's memories and the VR machine used to remember memories by patients as she loads Thomas's mind back up, hinting at a sequel. Overall, I really loved this movie. I thought it was really good. I was very surprised at how good this was. Not the best acting in the world, but it was a really, really clever story and it had me gripped right until the end. And well, it's the best we're going to get in quite a while, I think, from Blumhouse. But there are some other movies such as Evil Eye, which I may bring to this channel. However, tomorrow I will be doing a breakdown of Rebecca, and I will also be covering The Witches as well, as that drops on HBO Max. But that's it for this video. Please drop a like down below. Please just subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.